Hey, what up fam, it's your boy Elon Brio, back with another video. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe, bringing more content. Been a while, but today I am going to show you how I make drums on Maschine, trying to get that rhythm, sloppy sound. So stay tuned and we'll get into that. Alright.
Status symbol on my set of keys. Guess I was selling dreams. Back to the brick wall, I'm in hella trees. Visualizing hella cheese. You can smell a weed. Niggas doubt pessimism ain't affecting me. Fuel to the fire, took it hard.
Alright fam, so what I'm gonna show you is a boom bap type-ish beat. The drums, it's gonna be from a drum kit that I got. I don't know if you guys heard of the Alchemist, famous dope beat maker. The Alchemist came around for a long time. This is one of his kits. It's called Secret Sauce. So the drums from that, it's called, I think it's called Pointer. So what I did, I took that kit, and I'm just gonna make it easy, but I'm gonna probably add another hi-hat, and that's from his various sounds he has, and that's called, if you have the kit, he just says various sounds. So I'm gonna take another hi-hat. All right. So the first step, what I usually do is I focus on my snare. You know what I'm saying? The snare's already lined up. You know, it's pretty easy. You know, the first thing you're gonna do is just try to get it in time. So use the metronome. So just go. Oops. That's the snare. Just hit the snare on the one, okay? It's focused on the snare. And that's the kick. Here we go. So it's pretty simple. And the snare's on the two. Alright, so that's pretty simple, right? You got your beat. And then, you know, I start with my snare. And then I work from there. So, if you're a Maschine user, there's a grid. Let me show you the grid. The grid function. Just like this could be applied to if you use what's it called, FL Studio or anything else. So let me bring this around. So there's a grid, and you see how everything's on the grid. There's a function in Maschine, just like FL Studio and other DAWs, right here. You can move that to the side. So what you do is you highlight everything on your snare, and to give it that sloppy feel, once you highlight the number sign, you move it forward just a little bit, sort of nudge it. And you could do that in Maschine itself with this button on the Maschine called the nudge button. So you can nudge it either way you want. You can hold it down, nudge it that way, nudge it to the right. Either way. Okay, so listen to the snare now. Sort of early, right? So throw that in with some a kick, but you leave your kick, you know, where it's not on time, but you try to do the best time you can, but human time. And I have two different kicks. I have a big kick and a small one. So the small one's for like ghost kicks. So it'll be like. And notice how I'm hitting the smaller one softer, and then obviously if you have a Maschine, you know it goes off feel, like sort of like drums. So here it is, I'm gonna record it. Of course, there's, you know, there could be mistakes, so you just go back and edit it until you get it to where you want. But I sort of like that. So now you move on to your hi-hat, and you hit your hi-hats on the 1 and the 3. So here it is. On the 1. You see they're moving. You see they're moving on the 1, but they're not exactly on the 1, but that's good because that's about what you want. Now I'm gonna put 1 on the 3. You see how I just sort of it was an accident, but it was a beautiful accident. I call them beautiful accidents because you basically, you know, got some flavor. So now listen to it. And I didn't even add any swing yet. Alright, so now what you do, you go into this right here and you hit groove, and you could just add a little swing to it, the whole group if you want. And sometimes I use 6/16, like this. And you go in and adjust your kick accordingly. Because, you know, sometimes it's going to be a little hard. But, you know, they're not going to be perfect hits every time. So you want to just adjust it just a little bit. You know, maybe close. And another little trick, after I say I made my drum group and I want to like EQ it, it's a good plug-in to try from Good Hertz. Shout out to Sarah, the instrumentalist, who told me about this. You can just take your the Vogue Golf compressor and just throw it on top. They got presets. You can make it sounds pretty loud. So. Or you can throw different ones. But I'm going to come back to this video so you can see me. Alright. So hopefully that makes sense. So we'll get back to mixing it with the Vogue compressor. So this is with the first setting. Yeah. That really gives it that push, like almost like New York compression. That's dope. Hey. And there's another setting, the punch and crunch setting. Pushes even more. So it really makes your your drum loop real stick out. And then you could just easily go back to something, you know, like the 03 crunch. The OG 303. That's pretty cool. For this sake, that's that boom bap. Hey. That's my own setting. So that's pretty much how you get that swing, that funky style. You know, people ask me how I make my drums. That's how I make them. I mean, I ain't got no secrets. I mean, you know, you try it, put your own thing on it. You know, it's the influence. I hope that helps. And happy 404 day. And I'll post my beat post for today. Peace.
my heart.